Yes, people, we're here, we're live and direct with the one and only Nathan from the great cast of Black Love. So, of course, Nathan, introduce yourself, let the people know a little bit about yourself.
Hello, my name is Nathan Dennis. I'm an actor and I'm a writer from Birmingham. I'm going to be playing Orion in Black Love, which is currently opening up in Coventry.
Hey. So, tell us about this journey. How did you get into acting and how did this opportunity come about?
So Pains Clout every year do this thing called Roundabout, basically, which is where they do 3 to 4 plays, and they cast about 3 to 4 actors, and these actors do all these different plays. And pre-pandemic, like early 2019, they started casting for their new run of plays, which are the plays we're doing now. Obviously, it got postponed for a year, but yeah, I got the opportunity through an acting agent, but working with Pains Clout is something I've always wanted to do, especially in Roundabout, because it's such a good opportunity and it's such a good space to perform in. So yeah, and then I had to audition, obviously, and luckily I was chosen.
Yeah. For real. So tell us about this play Black Love, because when I seen the title I was excited to see something like that, but you tell us about it.
Without giving away too much, obviously it's like, obviously you look at love and like love can be seen in like various different ways, you know. There's obviously romantic and then there's more like kind of platonic and stuff, and it's just about every sense of the word black love. So it centers around the brother and the sister, Ryan and Aurora, and it centers around them two and their kind of story and how they're without their mum and their dad, so it's just them two together, and then a girl comes in, a love interest for Orion comes in, and the play explores how that can actually fracture a family and their love and their kind of dynamic, basically, without giving away too much.
For real. So your character, what is your character in this play?
My character is Orion. He is a actor in his early to mid 20s who's just out here trying to get work and trying to like make sense of the world he lives in and just trying to like make something of himself, which is basically me.
I was just going to ask you that. Is that relative to you?
Yeah, it really is. That's why it's like from his age to like I guess the kind of things he's doing and the things he experiences, it's very like personal to me as well. Yeah. And he's very funny, he's very charming, but he's also quite vulnerable, has a very like not hidden side to him, but has a side that he doesn't really show to many other people, where he's quite vulnerable and quite not afraid, but very like timid and very like protective of himself and his own vulnerabilities in that, you know. So yeah.
Wow, for real. So within this topic, what can the listeners kind of expect to hear in the play and the topics that are going to be covered?
They're obviously discussing themes of race, interracial relationships, like families passing away and like mourning and loss. And also there's a lot of music. It's a musical. It's a musical inspired by R&B music. So there's a lot of really good songs in it as well.
Okay. So
it's also kind of like it's got all these things, and it's like a real like vibe. It's really like all the songs are really, really good.
Okay, definitely sounds like a definite blast for real. But I wanted to ask you, you know, there's been so many different talks about racism, and me myself being mixed has affected me. Has it affected you as a person as well?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think when I first got this job in then the kind of 18 months in between, I got this job in March 2019, and in between then and now, like, a lot has changed in the conversations we actually are having and are using out loud and stuff. And I'd say, like, it has had a big effect on me. I think I felt more, I'm glad, you know, like, I feel like it's meant I can approach this character with a lot more honesty and a lot more truth than I think I would have felt comfortable with, because I've had these conversations that I never used to have before with my close friends and my family, and even like the cast ourselves. We like have these conversations. And I'm not sure whether I would have been able to have. I would have felt like I could contribute the way I could have if I hadn't had what's happened previously.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
For real. And, you know, for me, I've noticed as well that history keeps on repeating. Do you think that things will change?
Well, I think things will change. That's great. I mean, listen, I hope so. I hope so. I think we gotta keep doing what we're doing and fighting and like working and doing everything we do as a black community. But I think there are a lot of external communities and people who actually have to do the work. You know, it's not all on the black community to like do this. You know, so I think until we can really like, and it shouldn't even be us to have to wait, but until they really come to their senses and actually want to like make change happen and make the world a better place.
Yeah.
And then I think that's when and when we can actually start having them conversations, like I think that's when real change can actually start to happen.
For real, definitely. And so, you know, a lot of young people seem to be getting involved in acting, and I wanted to know, is there still a divide in the theatre, or has it opened up a lot more?
It's interesting in the theatre. I'd say when I mean, I've not been in the industry very long, but when I first started, I think there were a lot less roles out there for young black people. I'd say there's more now, but I'd say there's still not enough, you know?
Yeah.
You look at agencies, you look at television, you look at the amount of white people that are there in comparison to black people, but then, you know, you go out on the street and you look at the amount of white people that in comparison to black people, like the numbers don't add up, you know? There's no way you're doing a TV show or a theatre play and there's like, you know, 8 to 9 white people and 1 black person. I'm like, that's not real life. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not how it works.
Wow.
So, but there's a lot more happening now. Like even with this show, like, and there are other shows out right now. Like I think there's a play called Kat the Peckham and the Belgrade. They're doing a lot of good work. They're releasing a web series called Seaview, and there's a lot more things happening now than ever before. And hopefully that continues to happen, and hopefully the black creative industry continues to thrive in that way, you know?
For real. And is that the same for, say, the class divide as well? You know, a lot of the times people associate theatre with rich people. Has that changed a bit?
If you go to the right places.
Okay.
I'd say there are certain places that allow. Like I'm from Birmingham. I'm from an area in Birmingham called Erdington. Okay. And I'd say I'm from a pretty working class, like, you know, low income background, but I went to drama school, and I'd say, like, you know, you meet a lot of people there that are very obviously wealthy and stuff like that. But then there are places that, because drama school is not a great place sometimes for those kind of things, because you do come across these people and it's like they don't have a clue how the world works for me. You know, so there are people, but there are like places and spaces out there, and there are more and more that are really doing good work. I know there's in Birmingham, so obviously I'm from Birmingham, but like if there are any young commentary listeners, I know there's Light Post that's at the Birmingham Rep, but then I also know there's a company called Vision Acting, which helps you like get into your next steps if you do want to go to a drama school, or if not, they help equip you so that you can go into the industry if you are underneath the age of 18 and stuff. So I recommend Vision Acting and all those different avenues in the Midlands, and I'm pretty sure the Belgrade do some really good work in the community as well. For
real, definitely. And so, with that being said, what would you like to say to the Coventry community about the plays that you're doing?
Sorry, could you repeat that question for me, please?
Sure. So I was asking, what would you like to say to the people of Coventry who are locked in, and also wider? What would you like to say to them about these plays that you're doing?
I think the plays that we are doing are written by some of the best writers in the country right now, and it's sick that we're able to like take them around the country into all these different places. I think if you've got the time and the resources, I think you should come out and watch. You know, me and the cast, the actors, we're all having a lot of fun, and that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to have a good time when we're out there, and I feel like if we're having a good time, the audience should hopefully have a good time. But I also think we're telling really important stories that need to be shared, like, you know, so there's stuff to watch, you know, there's stuff to watch, there's stuff to engage with, and it like shows you a different side of life sometimes, but also it shows you your side of life, which can sometimes be really, like, especially with Black Love, I think it can be really empowering when you see something that you relate to on stage, you know, like, and I think that you don't get that a lot in, like, especially outside of London, you don't get that a lot in these communities, so I think there's something really special in that, so I think everybody should come and watch.
Definitely. And what are the names of the other plays as well that you're involved in?
I'm involved in 2 of the plays, but all the plays are called, there's obviously Black Love, there's Really Big and Really Loud, which is a family show for kids aged about 4 or 5 and over.
Okay.
There's also Hungry, which is a play about like kind of the working class and like the higher class and like food and how that works. And then there's also a play called May Queen, which is written by Frankie Meredith, who I think is from Coventry, and it's performed, and it's a play for the people of Coventry as well, and it's a one-woman show, and it's really, really good.
For real. And so what's next for you? Tell us about the dates and the tickets.
The dates are, we are in Coventry until the 8th of August, I think.
Okay.
We're performing every day. There's different shows on every day. Some days there's 3 shows, some days there's 4 shows, all the 4 shows, some days there's 1 or 2. So I know tonight there's May Queen, and then tomorrow night it's Hungry, and then I know on Saturday we're doing Really Big, Really Loud, May Queen and Hungry.
Okay.
And then I also know that we're doing Black Love, and then from Tuesday, next week Tuesday to next week Sunday, every single day of the week there's more than 2 shows on every single day. So if you can get out to see any of them, I think it's a good thing.
For real. And so how do you prepare? Because, you know, I know it's a lot of work, a lot of energy that goes into these plays. How do you prepare?
Yeah, that's a good, I don't know, you know. Sometimes you just do. I like to sit down and like just relax. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because I know what I have to do. I know how I have to perform. So I like to try and like just kind of get away from that and just be in my own space, play some music, or just be like on my phone, or just sit down. You know, just taking the sun or anything like that. Anything that's just like kind of just mundane, like the most mundane of things, you know, like if you wake up first thing in the morning and you're just kind of doing nothing. Yeah. Anything that's like that, I feel like it's the best way for me to prepare. Okay. Some actors like to go through everything. Some actors like to really like do like a workout or some exercise or something. So there's loads of different ways, but I like to just relax, you know?
Yeah, that sounds like a good one, to be fair.
Yeah, it's probably the best one.
Yeah, for real. So, in 3 words for the listeners out there, how would you describe Black Love?
Powerful, dynamic, and important.
Wow, I like that, for real.
Yeah. So, I'm proud I did that so quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say you come up with pretty good words, to be fair. For real. So, you know what? It's been a blessing to speak with you, and I can't wait to see these plays. And I hope that 8th show gets better and better, for real.
Yeah, thank you.
Anytime. And how can people follow you? You know, on Instagram and those sort of things. How can they do that?
If you want to follow me on Instagram and I'm on Twitter, I'm at NQD World, and yeah, NQD is my initials, Nathan Cooley Dennis, and World as in the thing we live on. Yeah. And yeah, that's how you can follow me. I'm the same on basically every form of social media. And to find out more about the plays, I think you need to get to Payne's Plough, which is at Payne's Plough. Okay. Which is PAINESPLOUGH. Yeah.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Once again, I really appreciate your time and your energy.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime. You sound like you're on the sea, even though you're in Birmingham. It's all blessed. It's all good, man.
Thank you.
Anytime. I hope you have a good rest of the day, yeah?
You You too. I'll speak to you soon.
Speak to you soon. Blessings. Bless.
Blessings. Bye.
Bye.